Okay, so here's our last example. Solving another quadratic. We know by now that you need to set, when we see this squared here, that means that we need to set it equal to 0 before we solve. So, if we set it equal to 0, we would have 5x squared minus 4x, and then we don't even need to show the word for this, and then move that over and add 1, so it's equal to 0. So then our a value is equal to 5, our b is equal to negative 4, and our c is going to be equal to 1. So plugging that into the quadratic formula, we're going to get x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, so we simplify, and we're going to get x is equal to 4 plus or minus the square root of 16. And I just wanted to point out, make sure that you have your parentheses around here, because say you didn't have parentheses, then it would be just negative 4 squared, which would be equal to negative 4 times 4, which is negative 16, which is wrong. So watch out for the parentheses here. So you need parentheses. Okay? I'm not going to go and spell that out because I'm bad at spelling. So you get square root of 16 minus 20 all over 10. Alright? Now perhaps some of you are already seeing a little bit of an issue, but because what we're going to have now is x equals 4 plus or minus square root of negative 4 all over 10. Now this right here, we haven't talked about this yet, but when you having a negative under the square root makes this an imaginary number. Whoops. Spelled that wrong. No, I didn't. Which makes this an imaginary number. And imaginary numbers do not show up on graphs, and because we can look at this, and the graph of this function is going to look something like this. Okay, then it's not going to cross the x-axis. This is our y, so our x. When imaginary solutions do not cross the x-axis. So here, our answer is going to be no real solutions. Okay, but note, and we'll get into this later, there are two imaginary solutions. All right, and we'll work on we'll work on solving those at another time. So yeah, your answer is no real solutions.